Here's the truth. 99% of Memecoin strategies that you see on YouTube are recycled garbage that will burn your portfolio faster than a pump and dump. Look, I'm not here to sell you some sort of dream or show you a sketchy token. I'm just going to be sharing with you guys the exact trading strategy that I use to turn 5 grand into over hundreds of thousands of dollars trading crypto meme coins. And no, it's not what every other YouTuber is preaching right now. Just give me 10 minutes of your time and I'll show you how to trade meme coins without losing your shit. Let's dive in. Time. Here, one of the top traders in the meme coin space, Lat, actually tweeted, "The real cheat code is to trade meme coins when all the top cold scan traders are asleep," which means EU time zone. And this post went viral. And I agree. He is actually one of the best traders on chain right now. He's up over 130K on the month. And he is saying time is a cheat code to your trading strategy. And I fully agree. Trading in the Europe time zone, which is about from 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, will completely up your trading game. Or if you're completely new, it's the perfect place to hone and start your trading journey. Instead of me just telling you that it's all this crazy, let me tell you why it's better to trade in the Europe time zone. First of all, there is less volume, which means good coins, you are going to have time to actually buy into them. If something good and hyped comes out in the NA time zone, I mean, it's going to insta-bond. Yeah, you've got a couple of seconds to buy in before all the big KOLs ape thousands of dollars and you're stuck behind chasing price. Where in Europe, there's a lot less volume and a lot less KOLs on chain. So you've got time to identify, do some research, have a look if the coin is actually good before you start fucking gambling and just chucking in random money like you have to do in NA. Anyone that doesn't know, when I speak about NA, that's North America. EU is obviously Europe session. If you don't know how to find what time zone is what, all you need to do, click on any sort of chart, go to here. You want to set your time over here to New York time. That's where you're synced in with Eastern Standard Time and you can go ahead and relate to what I'm saying. So Europe session is about from 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. After that, North America or NA kicks in. Another reason is less PvP. If you guys are trading right now, you know how horrible the PvP is. A token will come out, 10 different variations of the token comes with different tickers, maybe a capital letter at the start, and it's just like, what the fuck are we doing? When a good narrative drops, there's going to be 10 different identical tokens with maybe a different description or a different ticker, all running and battling for the volume. Now, this does happen in Europe. However, instead of 10, you get 2, 3, 4. And like I said, the volume is just slower. So it's a lot easier to understand which ticker and which symbol is going to run out of the PvP. And the final reason why choosing your time specifically, the Europe time zone to trade, will change your trading is that good coins are going to run without KOLs. If you guys are trading, you know how annoying it is when you buy into a good coin, no one buys it, then Cupsy comes along, buys it, and everyone realizes how good the narrative is. Well, that's the game in NA. Everyone kind of follows the KOL. In Europe, there's way less KOLs trading. There's barely any, to be honest. So what does that mean? A good narrative is going to run alone. So if you train your eye to actually spot the good narratives coming out on new pairs and the final stretch section, you're going to be ahead of the curve and able to print money. Okay, with your strategy, go into new pairs, go into filters, turn every single thing off except at the moment for pump and bonk. That's the only filters you can have in your new pairs. And the way you're going to buy coins is either you're going to quick buy coins straight off the bat if you think it's good, or you can click on the coin, wait for the dev to sell, and then buy. On your final stretch section, what you want to do, head over to your filters. You can do the same sort of thing and turn off every single thing besides pump and bonk. Then, very, very important, set your bonding curve to 30% and change your age token limit in between 6 and 10 minutes. This is going to allow you to see coins that are getting volume, getting buys, have eyes on them within 6 to 10 minutes of times. And this is going to allow you to find those hidden gems that you do end up missing on the new pairs section because so many coins come out. This is going to filter and not let you miss anything special. Okay, cool. So now you got your time, you know what you're looking at. What are we looking for though? Okay, so I'm going to use the 100x Memecoin blueprint principles. So we've got virality, memeability, narrative, and resemblance. I'll explain these briefly. Virality is just how many views, how many impressions, how engaged social media is across a whole with the topic that the coin is about. So the best way to do this is you quickly just click the search bar, have a look at here. If people are posting about it, you can have a look at the views. See, this isn't that viral, so it must have another good reason as to why it ran. You can even do, if it's linked to a post, all you have to go do, click on it, views, likes. You can search up the topic, Pepe. We obviously know Pepe is a viral meme. So those sort of things, that's going to run through your virality. You've got memeability. This is simple. Is that shit funny or is it not? Like, can you see people using that shit as a meme? Or is it kind of a joke that's really not that funny? Because I'll tell you, some people don't have sense of humor in the trenches. We got narrative. To understand the narrative, you're actually going to have to go and do some research. Twitter is the best thing for that as well. When you go ahead and search the contract address, there'll be people talking about the coin and potentially going through the narrative. Yeah, cool. This guy is giving you a little thesis and he's actually giving you why they've created the coin in the start. So using these little tools to understand the narrative and then identify how good the narrative is that's what's going to be able to allow you to buy the right coin. And then finally, we got resemblance. What does this mean briefly? Essentially, a new coin needs to be different. However, it wants to have some resemblance to a larger runner. An example that I always come back to is the reason why animals do so good in the trenches is only because we've had huge runners like Doge, Floki, Sheeb, Peanut. So those have established animals as a key facet within the meme coin sphere. Now, when you see animals come out, you want them to somewhat resemble those animals. We all know when Peanut dropped, every single sort of animal that came out, if it had a justice for that cat, dog, squirrel, it didn't matter what the fuck the animal was, as long as some bad shit, as bad as it sounds to say, if some bad shit was happening to them, a coin would get created, justice for this animal, and that's the resemblance sort of factor. Okay, so you got to understand what coins resemble bigger runners, and through that, not a lot of people think about this sort of stuff. You're going to be able to spot good narratives before they go viral. Now, I explained that really briefly. I do have a whole YouTube video going through the 100x meme coin blueprint. I'm going to go and link that video, the first link in the description. Please go watch it because I broke down these 4 key metrics in extreme detail. Now, we ran through how to buy on new pairs, but we haven't ran through how to actually buy on the final stretch section, which is honestly where I make most of my money nowadays. People say, yeah, buy new pairs, buy new pairs. New pairs is getting harder and harder every day. Transitioning a little bit to this final stretch section is going to be something that can help you level up your trading game. So when you're going to go ahead and buy coins on this final stretch section, it is very, very important that you wait for a dip or you wait for a low to be breaking. I personally always wait for a break of a low. What does that mean? Here we go. Here's a perfect example. I wanted to get in this coin, but I missed it on new pairs, okay? Sergeant Molly was just to do an animal. The narrative doesn't matter. I wanted to get in, but I didn't want to top blast. 50, 60, 70K, I don't want to buy up there. So I identified these lows. You can see right here, circled in the white, this one here and this one there. And I said to myself, okay, if it comes down and breaks this low, I will buy because that's a good area for me to buy without risking top blasting and losing a lot of money. So I just was patient. I was waiting from about here for this low to be broken. I was waiting for quite a while for this low to be broken, but I was patient and controlled my emotions, waited for the lows to be broken. And what do you know? Boom, instantly. On this coin, I end up making almost $2,000 just from being patient and buying the low. You can do this on any about to graduate coin. Especially, it only works in Europe because the volume is slower and they will actually dip. In NA, if the narrative is good, you might not get a dip. So this is why I stress it's so important to trade in Europe session. The reason I'm sharing this information with you guys is I honestly want each and every single one of you to be able to change your life through day trading and through crypto meme coin trading, just like me. I mean, I went from a broke kid who was cleaning. I was a cleaner, a janitor 6 months ago, to now I'm living my dream life, making money online. And I truly, truly, truly do believe that we've got maybe 6 months of the bull run left, where it's your opportunity and your time to change your life. Now with these coins, you want to enter with about 10% of your port. So if you've got 10 SOL, jump in with 1 SOL buys, and you want to cut your losses at a maximum of -50. So the most you can lose is half of what you bought in with, 0.5 SOL if you're using 10. You want to start to take your initials and profit at a 2x on the coin, and then let the rest ride depending on how much you like the narrative, which you can base off the 100x meme coin blueprint. Now, all this goes to say, you've got your time, you've got what you're looking at, you even understand how to buy the coins and when to buy the coins, and you're going to go watch that old video on how to really understand if a narrative and a coin is good or not. Now, does this shit actually work, Seb? Well, let me show you something. Here we've got just someone that I met on Twitter. He's been messaging me for advice for a couple of months, and I've been slowly giving him all the advice that I took and I've been using to get to the stage where I'm at today. About a month ago, he messaged me this. Crazy shit, man. Half 6 figures from your advice. Changing his life in 2 months, you're the GOAT. Yada, yada, yada. It's not about me. It's not about praising me. What advice did I give him? This exact advice that is in this video. That's all I've told him. I told him to trade Europe session. I told him to wait for dips when he buys. I told him to wait for the break of low. But yeah, honestly, the biggest change, I've spoken to him because he's in my Discord now. Trading Europe session has changed the game for him. If you guys have stuck around to the end of the video, it means you are serious about trading. Doing this alone is extremely difficult. It's not impossible. I'm not going to be one of those guys, oh, you can't trade alone. But it is definitely harder. So if you do want to take this very serious and level up your game, I do recommend joining a alpha chat. Doesn't matter what alpha chat it is. I do have my own, which will be in the description. It is paid. It's not free. It's not cheap. However, they are worth it for, first of all, the tools, and second of all, the people and the connections that you make. Like I said, trading alone, I mean, it's very difficult. So if you do want to join that, it's going to be in the description. You do not need it. There is a free section as well that will give you all the tools that you need, to be honest. Now, with what I've taught you guys in this video today, I'm confident that you can jump in and try to start learning. Don't focus on making money. Don't focus on hitting 100x or 1,000x or millions of dollars. Just think about how different your life would be if you could sit at home, trade for a couple of hours, and make $200, $300, $500 a day. That's ridiculous money in the real world. That is money you cannot make at a job unless you're a doctor. So put in the effort, boys, put in the hours, and please, please, please remember, everything will come into fruition.